Hey everybody, it's Candy, aka Brown Eye Girl 69. How y'all doing today? Well, today is Thursday, May the 14th of 2026. So technically, that would make today. What would that make today? Because that's 129. It's 37, 36, 35. So 134, I guess. Today's the 134th day of year one. Anyways, I was gonna go out and grub up today in Norman, but the last couple of times I've gone in lunch, it turned out to just be a flop. Really wasn't worth my time. And then I basically am up there at the beginning of the afternoon, stuck up there waiting for the evening because I don't want to have to drive 20 minutes home to sit for a couple hours to turn around and drive 20 minutes back for the night shift. You know what I mean? So I didn't go do lunch today, but I am still going to keep my schedule for tonight, which is 5:30 to 8:30. It's 3:20 right now. I did get out in DoorDash today. I am going to show y'all a couple things on here, just so y'all have an idea as to how things work. But I got out to do lunch today, and I think they sent me maybe a total of 6 offers, and I took two. The two best out of the six. They kept sending me these out of the way offers that weren't even worth it. In fact, one of the photos I'm going to put on here, I'm going to show you exactly why I declined that one. And then I'm going to show y'all one that I accepted and how much I made for that one. The one that I accepted, one of the ones I accepted that I had the map for that I took a screenshot of, it was $9.25. And the distance, I think, was, I don't know, I'd have to look. Let me look. Let me look at the photo real quick. Because I think it does show it. No, it doesn't show it. It just shows how far I'm going. Well, it shows where I am and then where it wanted me to deliver it to. And it only gave the time that I wanted to deliver it by. So it didn't tell me how many miles it was. Um, but it was roughly around 9 miles. So I wasn't really, I was getting roughly about $1 a mile. And the only bad thing is it puts you out of the zone. You know, you got to turn back around and drive all those miles back into town, you know. And then I got another order that was actually here in town. And I picked it up on the south end of town, dropped it up in the middle of town to a business. The lady was at work on her lunch break, needed her food. You know what I mean? And so I made an easy $6 for that one. It was only like 2 miles. So those were the two best orders I did with DoorDash today. And I made a total of $15.25. I put $35 in my gas tank today. Brought it to a full tank. And I was at approximately a quarter of a tank. So we'll see how far that gas gets me tonight and how much money I make tonight between 5:30 and 8:30. But in all honesty, I'm probably going to cruise out of here in about an hour and try to get up there about a half hour before so I can try to look at the hot spots and decide where I'm going to sit and navigate from starting out. And then we'll take it from there. Hopefully, when I first started Grubhubbing, I would get an offer, I'd accept it, and either right before I was done delivering or right as I was delivering, they'd send me another offer to a place that was like really close by once I got done with that drop off. And then usually I would go get that, and I could be in the process of picking that up or getting that on. And it just seemed like I was being consistently busy. Now I'm not as consistently busy, it doesn't seem like. So that leads me to question either one of two things is happening. Either one, orders just aren't being ordered like they used to be, even a month ago, because the price of things have gone up and people's losing hours, etc., etc. Or because my acceptance rate isn't 100% on orders, like it was in the very beginning. Because I think in the very beginning, when you first start out, they send you good orders and they basically log your data and keep track of you that way. And then after a while, even if you have other good numbers, if your acceptance rate isn't where they want it to be, along with your other numbers, then you're of no use to them. That notification was from DoorDash, and it says average offer wait about 5 minutes um, before I get an order. So I could hit Dash now if I wanted to see what kind of offers come in. Are they trash offers, or are they going to be offers worth me taking my time, effort, energy, and gas for? That is the question. And DoorDash and Grubhub, like any other job out there or any other, it's it's a gamble. I'm not a gambler. I think that's one reason why this job makes me uncomfortable sometimes, because I feel like I'm put in a gambling position to a certain extent. I'm gambling to get the best orders I can out there. Put the most money in my pocket that I can possibly put in there in the shortest amount of time that I can do it. You know. Um, I don't do this job full time. I don't want to do this job full time. Now, if I found another job doing like medical courier, medical delivery, things of that nature, where I had like say a set route, or um, yeah, a set route that I maybe try to compete for, to see if I can win it or whatever, or get it. And then I complete it, I do it, and I get paid whatever they're offering. I have seen that there are some apps out there like that. And I am trying to build up my gear for being that gig driver, because I reached 100 deliveries already with Grubhub. They sent me a reward, and I got to choose a cup holder either from Grubhub or Seamless. I don't know what Seamless is, but it might be another delivery service that is in conjunction with Grubhub or something. But I ordered me a little it's a reusable container carrier for cups. I don't know how big a cups it holds, but hopefully it'll hold some pretty large cups out there. So that way, if I have drinks that aren't in a drink carrier provided, and it's more than the two that I have in my front seat with me, then I have something to try to hold the drinks securely to make it to their destination without spilling in my vehicle or without, you know, getting any kind of damage done to them. Anyways, let me talk about that other photo real quick. Okay, the one that I did that I marked out, the one that I made 925 for, it was a pickup. I'm trying to see where I was when I accepted it. I was pretty close up there, um, by the restaurant, and when it dinged me, and well, actually, I was at the restaurant when I took this photo, um, and I had to have it delivered by 12:20 that afternoon today, and it was 9 point something miles, 925. The other one that I'm going to post, just so y'all can see what kind of offers they send you that are upside down offers. It was an offer to go to McDonald's and to drive it all the way to Wayne. Well, Wayne is like 6 miles south of here. I used to live there. 9.9 miles altogether. And it puts me out of the zone completely, 100%, meaning I'd have to drive back 6 miles just to get back into the zone. And they only wanted to pay me $8.50 to go 9.9 miles. That takes me out of the zone, which puts me at having to drive 6 miles back to just get in the zone. It's those types of offers that are upside down offers that I decline all the time. And if they send me those types of offers consistently, which one of these, that specific one, sent it to me 2 times. That's why I think I screenshotted it. They sent me that 2 times in a row within 2 to 3 minutes apart. Um, my acceptance rate on DoorDash is not that great. My acceptance rate on Grubhub isn't that great. But me getting to the restaurant, picking up the food, and me completing the delivery and getting it to the customer on time is all, it's superb. Customer service, superb. I have 5 stars all the way across the board on both DoorDash and Grubhub. So other than that, it's just the crappy orders that they send you. Other than that, my numbers are great. No complaints uh, at all. No discriminations of any sort with any of my deliveries. In fact, I've gotten cash tips given to me before, as well as people upping my tip once I've delivered to them. And I communicate with all my customers. If I get to the restaurant and the food's still being made and I find out how long it's going to be, I will either A, text the customer, or I communicate with my app that, hey, the food's still being processed. By then, I'll text the customer and say, hey, look, I'm still waiting on your food. I'm here. Just want to let you know the food's still being prepared, but as soon as I have it secured in my possession, I will be heading your direction as soon as possible. And pretty much that's it. And then if they don't communicate with me on the way between, if they don't say anything to me back, by the time I'm leaving, if it's been a few minutes since I sent the last text, then I'll send them another text and say, just to let you know, I'm on my way with your food, or on my way with your order. And that's it. Sometimes people will communicate back with me, sometimes they don't. But I still do it as a courtesy because I know they could probably see me on the app, but not all people keep their eyes glued onto their app or their food or whatever. Um, so I just do it so they see that I am concerned, for their order, because they're the ones paying for it. And it should get to them in a timely manner. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you all a little bit of an update. I'm doing a little bit better emotionally today than I was yesterday, but I still see a lot of craziness going on in this world. There's just too much craziness for me to even really talk about. I mean, it's like, where do I start? Honestly. And another thing is, what's real and what's just part of the show? You know, are they showing us what's really going on, or are they just showing us what they want to show us? Is anything really going on at all, or is it all just made in a Hollywood studio somewhere? Um, Hollywood studio with green screens. The technology that we have access to is nothing in comparison to the technology that they have. They have technology that probably exceeds us by 75 to 100 years, I would say. So, with that being said, they have things that they can use as weapons against us, so to speak. And we wouldn't be even more aware, you know? Frequencies is a big one. Frequencies, programming, repetitive programming. We've all experienced it. Um, just all sorts of strange things going out there in this world that years ago I gave a lot of time, effort, and energy to really dive deep into the subjects, write information down so I had it right there in front of me to speak. But when I went homeless in 2013, I had a lot of notebooks that I lost in my storage. Notes, some of the things I wrote down, awakening, links, things like that. I lost it all. Then after I went homeless, that was my own journey, that was my own time of self reflection, so to speak. And it wasn't my time to dive into rabbit holes anymore. It was time for me to try to do what I needed to do just to survive in this world. Especially when you're out there on the streets with no protection. I was thinking about that the other night. I was thinking, Daryl and I was pretty lucky because there were times that we slept in places where anybody could have just walked up on us and killed us asleep in our sleep. Killed us dead right then, right there. And we wouldn't have been any more aware or wiser of it. We would have just made the nightly news. Um, Two poor homeless people found dead in this back alley or whatever. But that didn't ever happen, you know. But it could have, but it didn't. I'm just grateful that I was able to live through the experience and have stories to tell about it. A lot of growth during that process, a lot of growth, a lot of growth. That was a pretty big mountain to climb. Took a lot of time. Oh man, I don't know what's going on now. My eyes starting to hurt a little bit. There's this part of me though that just wants to stop. You know, just wants to stop and not have to worry about getting my grind on all the time. Because I am pretty physically tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm emotionally tired. I'm even spiritually tired, if that even has any kind of meaning at all, either. Anyways, I'm going to go back through this, try to edit it out, edit it, and add in the photos where I need to add them in based off the conversation. Um, and I didn't do any of this or that, but I'm just going to kind of place them in between where I'm talking, and we'll see how it goes. It's been a minute since I've made a video where I actually edit it and add stuff into the video. Peace, love, hugs, and nugs, and until the next time, I'm out.